Imagine a country where a powerful militant group has been a major player in the political landscape for decades, and now the government is under pressure to disarm them. This is the contentious issue currently unfolding in Lebanon, where the cabinet has just approved the objectives of a U.S. plan to disarm the Shia militant group Hezbollah, despite the group's strong rejection of the proposal. But here's where it gets complicated. The plan is largely driven by the United States, which has been accused of bowing to the interests of Israel, a country that continues to carry out near-daily violations of the truce with Lebanon. The Lebanese government's decision has sparked a heated debate, with some hailing it as a step towards stability, and others condemning it as a surrender to Israeli and American demands. Hezbollah's political council deputy chief Mahmoud Komati has called the decision a march in humiliation and a surrender to Israel and the U.S., arguing that no country would disarm its own resistance movement while the enemy is still occupying its land and carrying out aggressions against it. The group has made it clear that it will continue to exercise its right to resist Israel under the UN Charter, which asserts the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense. The talks came 2 days after ministers announced plans to restrict arms to 6 official forces by the end of the year, a move that has been met with resistance from Hezbollah supporters. The U.S. envoy Tom Barrack has been instrumental in pushing for the disarmament of Hezbollah, presenting the government with detailed proposals featuring a timetable for disarming the group. However, the plan has been criticized for being one-sided, with Israel continuing to violate the ceasefire and occupy Lebanese territory. The Lebanese cabinet's decision has been seen as a significant development, with the U.S. welcoming the move and Hezbollah vowing to treat it as if it did not exist. But this is not just a local issue. It has regional and international implications. The U.S., Israel, and other countries have been watching the situation closely, and the outcome could have far-reaching consequences for the Middle East. And this is the part that most people miss. The decision to disarm Hezbollah is not just about the group itself, but about the broader balance of power in the region. It raises questions about the role of militant groups in politics, the limits of state control, and the impact of external intervention on local conflicts. As Iran's foreign minister, Abbas Araqi, pointed out, this is not the first time that attempts have been made to disarm Hezbollah, and the final decision rests with the group itself. But what does this mean for the future of Lebanon and the region? Will the disarmament of Hezbollah lead to greater stability, or will it create a power vacuum that could be exploited by other groups? These are the questions that need to be answered, and it's time to start discussing them. So, we want to hear from you. Do you think the disarmament of Hezbollah is a step in the right direction, or is it a recipe for disaster? Share your thoughts in the comments below.